This is your number one independent radio, Ray Power 100.5 FM Abuja. Hello and welcome to the news desk. I am Idimachi Ikechukwu. First, the headlines. ICPC urges INEC officials to uphold integrity ahead of 2027 polls. Federal government to evacuate more Nigerians from South Africa amid xenophobic attacks. Kenyan police block Sabah Day protest in Nairobi. And Macron safe after explosions rock Damascus during Syria visit. We'll bring you details shortly.
As the news drops, it breaks with us. Join us for news on the hour every hour. News desk at 12 noon, Metro News at 4 p.m. Enjoy infotainment, breaking and sports news at their best 24/7.
This is Ray Power FM News.
And now the news in detail. The alleged fake presidential council scandal has continued to generate reactions from Nigerians, with many expressing mixed feelings about the credibility of government institutions and how official appointments are verified. However, some insist the federal government should not be doubted. Our correspondent, Kelenaja Okoliko, reports on public views gathered in a vox pop across Abuja.
For some of the respondents, the case raises serious concerns about trust in government systems. They say if allegations of this nature are true, it would not only be embarrassing, but could also weaken public confidence in official institutions and the processes used in vetting government agencies. Some Nigerians describe the situation as a warning sign, stressing the need for tighter checks within the government structures to prevent individuals from allegedly operating under false authority for extended periods. Others, however, maintained that the federal government should not be doubted, insisting the matter reflects a clear case of fraud and impersonation that should be handled strictly by the law without allowing it to create confusion about legitimate government operations.
2027 election, anything can happen in politics. So they want to divert the attention of the presidency instead of fighting insecurity in Nigeria. The attention of all Nigerians now is going directly to this only one agency out of 600 agencies. It's totally politically motivated.
The context of the story is an indication that the story is devoid of veracity, because it's not possible for someone to have an account with CBN, to have office at the federal secretariat, to be part of the national budget. If such thing is possible, then all these institutions are questionable.
But beyond the divided opinions, respondents want authorities to carry out a thorough and transparent investigation while urging government to prioritize the appointment of credible and competent individuals into sensitive positions where public trust is critical.
They don't know them because the agency is attached with the budget. So how can government just come out within a twinkle of an eye and say that they don't know them?
I call the National Assembly to investigate this matter.
It is important that transparency and accountability should be part of every level of government. So with that, such story cannot come up.
As the case continues in court, attention now shifts not only to the outcome of the trial, but also to possible reforms that may strengthen accountability and rebuild public confidence in government institutions. For some of the
Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has charged electoral officers of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to uphold the highest standards of responsibility, accountability, and transparency in the discharge of their duties as preparations intensify for the 2027 general elections. The charge was given by the chairman of the ICPC, Musa Aliu, at the opening of a two-day anti-corruption and sensitization workshop for the INEC workforce. The ICPC chairman, who was represented by the Director of Legal Services, Henry Emore, said elections remain defining moments in the life of every nation, noting that as Africa's largest democracy, Nigeria expects the highest level of professionalism and integrity from electoral officials entrusted with conducting elections. He stressed that electoral officers occupy strategic positions in safeguarding the country's democratic process, urging them to remain steadfast in upholding ethical values and resisting all forms of corrupt practices capable of undermining the credibility of elections. Meanwhile, the federal government has announced plans to evacuate 270 Nigerian nationals from South Africa as part of ongoing efforts to repatriate citizens affected by renewed xenophobic attacks and deteriorating security conditions in the country. The evacuation will be carried out on the 4th